Welcome back to Hashes and Numbers. I'm Thomas, and here my co-host.
Justin Kim.
And today we're gonna recap the playoff games, talk about some other stuff, some head coaching, some college stuff, and then we're gonna play a little game at the end that Justin doesn't know I have set up.
Huh? What?
Justin, so we have have a game set up for later, that you don't know actually. So we'll have a little fun with that, and then we'll
I
close
wasn't
that one out.
prepared for this, yo. I didn't sign up for
That
this.
was purposeful.
That was purposeful?
That was
Okay,
on
we'll see.
purpose. But let's get
Yeah.
started with the Saturday. Early game, we got the Panthers, or I guess the Rams traveling to Carolina to host the Panthers. What are your thoughts on this one? As the Rams barely take the victory in this one?
Yeah, I mean, the Rams offensively look very good. Where they scored a game-winning touchdown with 38 seconds. This game honestly could have went to OT, but shout out to Bryce Young. Nobody expected the game to be close from what I was seeing from like the odds. A lot of people were taking the LA Rams, but both of us had this game being close. I had the Panthers winning this. They could have won, but I mean, this shows why they're like one of the team that clinched like last. But for the Rams, I think this game is a win-loss at the same time. They won, but it's not really a good win just because they played it close with the Panthers. But for the Panthers, despite them losing this game, they honestly should think it's a win just because Bryce Young, I think this is one of his best ever game, 264 and a touchdown, but a costly interception. And Jalen Cocker, one of the best game for him as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's no moral victories in football. Like as much as you want to say, oh, the Panthers should feel good about this. At the end of the day, they lost, right? You don't get anything for like playing it close. Offensively, I think the Rams, they were clicking, but then all of a sudden, it kind of got shut down a little bit. Um, Partway through, Stafford did deal with a finger. I think they called it a finger sprain, but eventually, when it mattered the most, Stafford led them down the field. Puka had an amazing game. You kind of mentioned it. Jalen Coker had a great game. Um, but yeah, I think in terms of like expectations that this is a good stepping stone for the Panthers, but at the end of the day, this is why the Rams are one of the better teams in the playoffs right now. And I expect this dominance to continue. Um, but yeah, shout out to the Panthers for covering that 10.5.
Mhm.
Next, we go to the late game on Saturday where we have the Green Bay Packers going to Chicago. After a big halftime lead, the Packers blow that one, and the Cardiac Bears continue to find ways to win. As a Bears fan, what are your thoughts on this one?
I mean, yeah, Cardi back stress once again just because we as Bears fan, or it's just a little disappointing to see that we're down like 21-3 in the first half, but once we, got some stops, offense was driving. We're like, I mean, yeah, this game's very winnable just because we're the cardiac Bears. But like overall in the game, just I think Jordan Love played very well in the first half. He played very well in the second half, but couldn't score any points because the kicker, Josh Jacobs, was shut it down this whole game. Shout out to that Bears D line where they struggled a lot. And just one last thing for the Packers is that, Matthew Golden, this is his ever best game, or I think this is like first game with four catch. I think two plus catch, in fact. Shout out to Matthew Golden. He finally does like something. Yeah, I mean for the Bears, Caleb Williams, Iceman, he throws for 361, two touchdown. Gotta clean up the ball and gotta play more efficient. Yeah, and shout out to Colston Loveland as well. He's a stud. He he's better than Tyler Warren. There we go.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. Tyler Warren is a dog. I think if you were to redraft, I think all the Bears fans would agree they would probably take Tyler Warren. But regardless, that's not the point. I think Caleb played a pretty decent second half. I think we can all agree that that first half was not it. You failed to mention that he did have two interceptions. Um, I'll talk about the Bears first. I think the Bears defense continues to concern me. I know they shut down the Packers in the second half, and that's props to them for that. I think that was a really good job of adjusting. But I just think from like a game standpoint, right? The Packers really left 7 points on the board, right, with a missed extra point, two missed field goals. So from that standpoint, I mean that's basically 34 points given up. If you want to like play the hypotheticals, which you can't, but in this type of in the playoffs, right, when you play the Rams, I don't know if 34 points you can come back from 34 giving up 34 points, especially if the Rams don't leave the points on the board. As for the Packers, there's conversation on whether LaFleur should stay. There's no running game in this game. Pretty much, it was just Jordan Love. You could tell in the second half that when they tried to run out the clock, it just wasn't working. Um, and the Bears really just like made the Packers play one on one. And while they give up a bunch of yards, like you said before, the bend but don't break. They didn't break. At the end of the day, they clutched up, they got the stop they needed, and then they forced a missed field goal. And Caleb, when it comes down to it, he's making unbelievable plays. So shout out to the Bears for getting this victory.
Yeah.
We go to the early game, Buffalo going to Jacksonville. Another close game where Buffalo takes it at the end. This game was pretty much a pick 'em to begin with, but Josh Allen put on his cape, carried his team to a victory in this one, three total touchdowns. What are your thoughts on this one?
I mean, yeah, just shout out to Josh Allen. He's stressed once again, 273, 273 yards. James Cook was shut it down this game as well. Just very good game for Allen, but with this game, we know that Gabe Davis is of the out of the season with an injury this game, and just a lot of injury for the Bills upcoming week. But yeah, they play very well. The Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, he played not bad. He scored three touchdowns, 207. He just had two interception, which bit them the game just because I think they're in the Buffalo area for one of those interception. And yeah, Travis Etienne, he deserves that money, I think he'll stay with I think he'll stay with Jaguars, but yeah. And passing wise, shout out to Parker Washington because he was wide receiver 2, 3, and yeah, he outplayed Brian Thomas and Jacoby Myers, and looks like Trevor Lawrence favorite target, maybe like a high pick in fantasy for Parker Washington.
Yeah, this is a game where the Bills made sure they were taking away Brian Thompson, Jacoby Myers. They were fine with Parker Washington beating them, and it's kind of a basketball strategy where you let when you're playing the Nuggets, for example, right? You let Cam Johnson shoot as many times as he wants because right, he's not beating you, Jokic is. And it's the same thing for what the Bills did. They took away Jacoby Myers, they took away Brian Thomas. They were like, if Parker Washington wants to get catches and the touchdown, let him do that. At the end of the day, they're not going to win with that. And they were right. Josh Allen, when it came down to a big drive, they got that drive, they got a touchdown. Josh Allen, using his legs, using his arm, two rushing touchdowns on the ground. It's gonna be interesting to see how Buffalo plays against the Broncos, but that's for next episode. As for this game, you kind of hit all the points. Lawrence didn't play terribly, but he had two costly interceptions, and in the playoffs, turnovers are magnified. Um, and yeah, ultimately the Bills took care of business. Got a good road win, Josh Allen's first road win.
Yeah, and also you said, defense are allowing Parker Washington to go crazy.
Hmm.
The last four game he averaged around like 100 yards, so it's a little something.
Yeah.
And sh
Um,
and shout out to the Jaguars just because I've been riding them this whole season. But
yeah, I do want to say, I mean, nothing against Parker Washington. I think he's a good player and everything, but you're going against the Titans and Jets. Not
and the Broncos and the Broncos and the Broncos.
right. But the Broncos have what their two best players are outside corners.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same game plan the Bills had. But
Yeah.
regardless, we move on. The Niners, banged up. George Kittle leaves this game with a Achilles injury, torn Achilles. So, you know, good luck to him in his rehab. Even as a Seahawks fan, I know there's like the Niners hate, but George Kittle's one of those guys I really like. So, prayers up to him. Hope, wish him well in the rehab. But they go into they go into Philly and just dominate Philly. I know this final score says 23-19. It was a close game, but given the state of both teams, um, and given the talent on both sides, Philly underperforms here, San Fran overperforms here, and San Fran gets a big dub to move on. What are your thoughts on this game?
I mean, yeah, I'll start with the 49ers. Brock Purdy played pretty well, but yeah, Brock Purdy played pretty well. CMC was shut it down this game. Demarcus Robinson and yeah, Demarcus Robinson, he was a big factor this game, where first play of the game was like a 40-yard play. It was just a big play. But yeah, and then for the Eagles, this is very disappointing. They fired the offense coordinator, where I think he should never touch near Philadelphia ever again. And just as a, Eagles fan, I think we should also trade away AJ Brown. I just, he's a very good player, but he's a locker room menace. He is like a demon inside that locker room if he doesn't get the ball. And yeah, Eagles underperform. Saquon gets it going, but just trade away AJ and let's see where we go from there.
Yeah, I don't think demon in the locker room means what you think it means. I think he's the opposite. I think he's a cancer in the locker room. Um, but at the end of the day, I don't think this is on AJ Brown. I know he had the big drops and everything, but it's been said, the Eagles have had trouble, spreading the ball around, getting players going. Um, and last year I know it worked, but 26 carries for Saquon, along with four for Bigsby and five for Jalen Hurts. I know they're probably on tush pushes, but running that many times, it does, as a receiver, you do feel like, oh, like they're not getting me the ball. Uh, AJ had 10 sorry, had seven targets, only caught three of them, had a couple of key drops. Um, but at the end of the day, I mean, even Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Saquon didn't have spectacular games, right? All under 10 yards per catch. And Jalen just all year I've been saying, when it comes down to it and you need Jalen to pass, right? And the game's on Jalen. I had doubts, right? I think there was glimpses where you can say like, oh, this is, the Jalen Hurts, right? That is the guy, the Super Bowl MVP. But then there were times where you're looking, and it's like, this is terrible. This is not a guy you trust in the playoffs. And at the end of the day, we got that Jalen Hurts, right? Niners, they found guys like Demarcus Robinson, CMC continues to be a guy. Kyle Juszczyk steps up, right? Even with no running game, Brock Purdy, it seemed like he made all the right calls, all the right moves, despite the two interceptions. Juwan Jennings with the key, touchdown throw. But as for the Eagles, right, it's going to be interesting to see who they hire at OC and just how they handle this offseason because Jalen Hurts, it really depends on the OC, right? If you don't have a good OC for Jalen Hurts, um, he gets exposed a little bit and you can kind of see the flaws. But when you have a good OC like Shane Steichen, like Kellen Moore, right, you can kind of hide the flaws and really get this, talent to maximize.
I mean, yeah, Jalen Hurts will be playing for his 12th offense coordinator, which kind of worries me. But he's a he's a very smart guy. I think he'll bounce back. But yeah, they need some motivation back after this
Yeah,
season.
I'm glad you brought that up. Because I wanna ask you, right? How many of these guys like how many of these guys as like good offensive guys, right?
Hmm.
So, hold on, let me pull up the play callers real quick. Okay. So, this year, Kevin Patullo, right?
Yeah,
Last year, they had Kellen Moore. Before that, you had uh, what was this guy's name? Brian. I'm forgetting his name. Brian Johnson, right? And that was the year
yeah.
where they kind of
They
fell
lost
off
the
the
Bucks. Yeah,
yeah. Before they had Shane Steichen, right?
Sean Steichen wasn't bad.
Shane Steichen was a great play caller, right? Got into the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Nick Sirianni, right? Who's the current head coach.
Hmm.
Doug Peterson, offensive genius, right?
Yeah.
Lincoln Riley, offensive guy, big offensive genius, right?
Hmm.
Mike Locksley, that's he's a current Maryland head coach, right? But I'm not gonna that was the year Jalen got benched, so I'm not gonna say anything about that. Brian Daboll, right? he got the Giants job for being a great offensive head coach. And then you got Lane Kiffin, right? So that's a lot of offensive minds that are pretty good. And like you wonder, you know, what happens when Jalen doesn't get a great offensive play caller like the Brian Johnson, like Kevin Patullo, right? Does it suffer? Just a thought.
I mean, I don't know. Eagles didn't do that bad this season, but it's just a little bit worrying. Yeah.
Hmm. We'll see how they handle the offseason.
I think they need to go get Mike McDonald from Miami, but yeah.
He might get a head coaching job. That's the one thing. I'm seeing him getting what do you call it? Interview requests already. We'll move on. The Chargers travel across the country to Foxborough. They scored 3 points and they lose to the Patriots in a very sloppy game. Thoughts on this one?
I mean, yeah, Chargers, I just feel bad for Justin Herbert, I can't really tell if he played bad, but I think he made the right decisions. I mean, it's not even him though, if you really think about it. It's just the O-line that, like, bro, how much time does he have to throw the ball? Less than like 2 seconds from every play that I saw, I mean. And yeah, there's no run support at all for, Justin Herbert. And they, I mean, they already fixed their O-line, but they just got to stay healthy. And I think Justin Herbert could bounce back next year, potentially in the playoff maybe for the Patriots. Drake May play pretty good, and yeah, this Patriots offense is scary.
Yeah. I'll kind of dive on the Patriots. This Patriots team, Drake May did not play a great game in this game, and they still came away with a big victory here. Lot of running in this game. A lot of design run for Drake May. I think it's because of the cold temperature and whatnot. None of the pass catchers really had big games, but at the end of the day, you know, when you play that great of defense, it doesn't really matter what your offense does. And this Patriots, you know, team did a great job playing on defense.
Yeah,
Um, and then talking about the Chargers, I'm kind of tired of making excuses for Justin Herbert. Um, it just seems like every year there's something new, you know. Oh, if they stayed healthy, if he had another receiver, if his O-line was better, right? At some point it's just Justin Herbert, right? Like maybe he holds onto the ball too much. Maybe, you know, he needs certain targets to be certain guys, right? I just don't know if I trust, you know, Justin Herbert right now. He hasn't won a playoff game in his career, and
yeah.
I don't know if there's anything like pointing to the fact that he will. I mean, maybe that's what his cap is, and you know, being a playoff winner is something different, and maybe Justin Herbert's just not that. I'm kind of tired of making the making excuses for the if man there.
Like Mike Tomlin as a coach.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of like Mike Tomlin as a coach, right? You're gonna get a good regular season out of him, but once it comes to playoff time, you know, it's iffy.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Mike Tomlin and the Steelers get blown out by the Texans in the largest margin of the weekend. This game was actually 7-6 going into the fourth quarter, but the Texas defense kind of reared its head back and took care of business in the fourth quarter. 23 points, two defensive touchdowns. Um, yeah, thoughts on this one?
I mean, yeah, CJ Stroud didn't play bad. He has some center problem where the balls I seen like couple go like past him. I mean, none of those were turnovers though, right? From
I think he had one where he dropped the snap and then tried to throw and got strip sacked there.
Oh yeah. But like none of them got recovered like right away, which was pretty good from them.
Hmm.
Woody Marks had his best ever game in his rookie career, 19 for 112. Christian Kirk also had a big, huge game where I think this is his first ever 100. Oh, this is his season or like career high too, right? Yeah.
I'll have to look into that. I'm not sure. It's
I'm
possible though.
yeah, I'm pretty sure this is his best ever, like game in his career. Just bunch of new face stepping up for the Texans, but the main part for the Texans is that, you just gotta shout out the defense. They were able to put up pressure. Their defensive back were able to, strap down. And yeah, for the Steelers, I mean, as much as I hate Aaron Rodgers, yeah. Like thank you to Aaron Rodgers if this was his last ever game. And the Steelers offense just struggled though, yeah.
Hmm. I feel like this is one of those games where like going into it, you knew Aaron Rodgers wasn't gonna throw for 200 yards, right? It feels like it'd be stupid for like someone to think that Rodgers is gonna throw, for a lot of yards in this game. But when you don't have a running game, and you don't have a passing game, it's hard to win a game.
Hmm.
But we got new Mike Tomlin stepping down as a head coach. This is Mike Tomlin's last game as a Steeler head coach, we presume, unless, I mean, I highly doubt he comes back in the future. But this is kind of what you get out of the Steelers, right? You get a good regular season, right? You finish 10-7, 9-8, 9-7 back in the day. And then you just kind of take a playoff loss on the either at home or on the road. Just that's kind of how it was. And this Texas defense, they showed out in this one. Steve Stroud had some issues, I think he was looking downfield a little too early and he didn't really catch the snap. But that's the easy fix, I assume, right? You just gotta look at the snap a little more. And I'm thinking this Texans team is pretty dangerous going into Foxborough. We'll get into that more tomorrow, or I guess this will be coming out on Thursday. But that's one of the matches I'm really excited to see. Both defenses are pretty good. Both offenses had some turnover issues, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah. Wait, is Mike Tomlin like done coaching now ever?
No, he can still come back and coach. It's just he's stepping down as a Steelers head coach because he's coached there for 19 years. And, I think he might take a step back, maybe do TV for a year or two, and then see if he wants to come back and coach, right? A
Okay.
lot of coaches, sometimes when you coach when you do something the same for this long, right, you need a refresh, right? Step
Mm-hmm.
back, refresh. Both sides need something new.
Dang, he's only 53 years old though.
That's why, like, yeah.
That's not that old.
I mean, Pete Carroll got back into coaching this year at what, 74 years old? So
Hmm.
I mean, so Mike Tomlin can still have another 20-year coaching career, go another place for 15 years and whatnot. Um,
Didn't didn't he coach like 19 years, right?
yeah, he coached for
Dang,
19 years. He got hired at 34 years old, to the Steelers.
that's pretty young.
Speaking of, I don't think we mentioned it last time, but John Harbaugh also got fired in this recent cycle. So, with that, who do you think? What do you still think? There's a best spot right now. Is it Pittsburgh? Is it Baltimore? Or is it one of those spots that were previously opened up?
Um,
Still
wait,
like
so
Atlanta?
who does have a coach right now?
Okay, so the Ravens, the Ravens, Steelers, and Browns don't have a head coach. They're all head coaches all left. Tennessee doesn't have a head coach. Vegas doesn't have a head coach. The Giants don't have a head coach. And the is that seven? I think and then the Cardinals.
Mm,
Oh, and the Falcons. Sorry, I missed the Falcons. Yeah, the Falcons don't have a head
oh,
coach either.
dang. To be honest, I mean, I probably want to rebuild the Giants
Did I
just
miss
because
Miami? Did I say Miami?
I don't think so.
Okay, I think McDaniel also got fired recently. So
Yeah. I mean, I probably want to join the Giants just because they have a they're all set, to be honest. I think this team could be a playoff team. They have a QB who's young. They have a running back. They have Malik Neighbors, and I think they're just all set. They have pretty good D line. They just need some secondary help with this upcoming draft. They need like one more wide receiver in this draft, where the wideouts are stacked this year too. So potential like second round, third round wide receiver, and I could see this team offense being dangerous if they stay all healthy.
mhm. I think Baltimore is an interesting spot too. I know, they have Lamar. Derrick Henry's getting older, right? Outside you have Zay Flowers who's pretty young. So Isaiah Likely's probably gonna be a future tight end. Defense is a project, but I think it's not a bad spot either, especially in the AFC North, where right now the state's not that the division's not that great. So that's a spot where I'm looking at like maybe that's not a terrible job either.
Hmm.
Um, some college football happened over the weekend on Thursday and Friday. You want to talk about that for a little bit?
I mean, yeah, you could go first. You could.
Yeah,
Well, I'll pull it up.
so as a resident, college football watcher, right? We had two great college football semifinals. We had the Miami Hurricanes beating Ole Miss on a last second Carson Beck rushing touchdown. This was a really good game. Pretty back and forth actually. Um, but at the end of the day, I think. shout out to Ole Miss for on this run, doing this run without their head coach Lane Kiffin for most of the year, right? Um, Pete Golding, the interim head coach, actually did a really good job, and I think they're in a good spot, right? Trinidad Chambliss did not get the waiver for this sixth year, um, or I don't think it's sixth year. I think I forgot what year it is, but he did not get the waiver, so he officially ends his career there. But they're in a good spot. They have Austin Simmons coming up, so almost in a pretty good spot. It looks like a lot of their guys are going to stay. Kyron Lacey looks like he's going to stay. So I'm excited to see what they do in the SEC. But at the end of the day, shout out to Ole Miss. But this Miami team is dangerous. They got good edge rushers. They play with high tempo and they run the ball a lot, something that Indiana has not seen. Um, they do a good job controlling the game. They got a good running back, Mark Fletcher, 133 yards. Shamar Brown, also a guy you can rely on. Um, Carson Beck can kind of run a little bit, as you can see on the last play. And then they have two really good receivers in Keelan Marion and Malachi Tony. Tony, a freshman. Marion had a breakout game in this one, coming from UConn. And their defense with Ruben Bain and yeah, Ruben May coming off the edge, is a, I mean, he's probably gonna be a top five pick in the draft, and then Akeem Mesidor, one of the older guys, he might be a potential high round pick too. So this Miami team is pretty dangerous. They're not what they show as a 10 seed. So really good win for Miami, really exciting game there.
Yeah, and Carson Beck, he what year is he on? He's pretty old, right?
Yeah, he's the same class as CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I mean Carson Beck is very old. He balled out this game, I would say. Mark Fletcher, I really like the explosive running back core from what I saw. Mark Fletcher Jr. and Shamar Brown. And you said Malachi Tony is a freshman, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean that dude is very he's very fast and I think he'll be very good in the future. I This guy's the guy that scored in the fourth quarter, right?
Malachi Tony?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this guy's gonna be a very good, I could tell. And Keelan Murray also bought out for Ole Miss. I mean, I was shooting for Ole Miss because I wanted Chandler Chimbos to win his natty. This team was very fun to watch as well. I don't know if everybody agrees with this, but I think they missed the foul on the last play, but it's what it is. And if the kicker didn't miss that double doink, I mean not double doink, if that kicker didn't miss that point, it would have been 31-27 and a potential field goal. So, but yeah, Shambles, this is a game that I expected from him. It's because I had a feeling that he was gonna be good, and he showed me otherwise. Kwan Lacey is also very good. What year is he on?
Lacey is going into, I think this is his sophomore year.
Dang.
I think he has one more year left, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Kwan Lacey is a dog.
Keelan Lacey is a sophomore right now. Yeah. Unfortunately, he did get injured on that long run, so we didn't get to see Keelan Lacey for a lot of this game.
Mhm.
But yeah, he reminds me of Quinshon Judkins.
And I like the tight end a lot. Is that from Ole Miss?
Tight end.
Yeah, who's that? I'm
Um,
trying to find his name.
yeah, let me pull it up real quick.
Shambling? Is this guy? It's like the guy that caught the touchdown like in fourth quarter, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Um, is it Wright? Daquan Wright?
Yeah, I he's pretty good as well. And yeah.
Hmm. Um, yeah. Keelan Lacey is sophomore. We'll move on to the other game, the Indiana versus Oregon game in the Peach Bowl. This one started off rough for Oregon. Um, First play of the game was a pick six. Um, Oregon did good to come back and put a drive together, go down and score. But after that, it kind of got out of hand. Um, IU scored pretty much on every other every drive except one. The next like six drives. This game got to 42-7 at one point.
Yeah.
Um, Fernando Mendoza had more touchdowns than incompletions again. Um, and somehow Keelan Black had two rushing touchdowns. So like that tells you how dominant IU was in this game. IU's insane. I mean, Kurt Ignetti, um, he's unbelievable. Somehow he's turned this program into the powerhouse program in 2 years. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, as a Husky fan, it's just, it's just very happy to see that the Oregon loses this game. But yeah, like what you said, it was a blowout early on, and they had like no running back this game just because a lot of
Hmm.
them got injured in Portal. We got, I forget what was his name, Jalen Lamar, and for Indiana, Fernando Mendoza is very efficient, so that's what I like to see from him. Running core was nice, and this core. The freaking funniest thing is that this team has no 5 star,
Hmm.
and it's this like powerful. Other than I think Oregon has a lot of 5 stars, so that's something to throw out there. I mean, they have
Yeah.
4 stars, right? There's no way that, or
Yeah,
is it
yeah,
like,
they do.
are they like low 4 stars or?
No, they're high 4 stars.
Okay, okay. I was about to say, I mean, if they're all low 4 star, but yeah, this team is just dominant.
Hmm. I mean, in the transfer portal right now, they're taking care of business too. They got Nick Marsh, one of the better receivers. A lot of guys are going to Indiana, so winning it recruits itself. If you can show winning results, players are gonna want to go. Setting up for a very exciting national championship game. We'll talk about that on the next episode as well. But I mentioned at the beginning we have a little game. So there's 8 teams left in the playoffs, right?
Hmm.
Put together the leading tight end receiver, right, by yards. So the receiver or the tight end with the most catches, the running back with the most rushing yards, wide receiver with the most catches and yards. I picked their wide receiver one by yards or catches in the most case, and then the quarterback, right? I want you to name their college, and I have them in order from first to eighth. Okay? If you get the first guy, you get 1 point. You get the second guy, you get
Uh-huh.
2 points. Simple. So I have them in order, right? So the first tight end, like if I'm gonna name him. If you get the school he went to, you get 1 point. Okay?
Oh, you're gonna name them? Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Your goal is to get 50 points.
Oh,
So you have four positions, 8 guys. So 32 total positions, and obviously 1 through 8. So
okay.
so your goal is to get 50 points. Okay. How many do you think you can get? Do you think you can get to 50?
I mean, yeah, of course. Of course,
Okay.
I think I can.
Okay, so let me set this up real quick. Okay. Colson Loveland is your first guy.
Michigan?
Okay. Your second guy is George Kittle.
George Kittle. Oh, Texas A&M.
Incorrect. George Kittle went to a pretty famous big tight end school for tight ends, or big tight end school is he went to Iowa.
Mm.
Dalton Kincaid.
This. That I get no hints.
Nope, no hints. Because later on it gets easier. The tight ends are the hardest ones. Some of these I had to look up myself, and I follow colleges. So the tight ends, I will say this. Tight ends, I expected you to get maybe 2 points. Maybe, sorry, maybe 3 points because it's not possible to get two.
Kincaid?
Hmm.
What if I don't even know like any like college? I mean, I do, but like
You can just guess though. You can just guess. These tight ends, I'm telling you, there's guys who I don't know, I didn't know where they went to college either.
Kincaid. What else? Let's go like Georgia.
Nope. He went to Utah.
You. Oh, no, no, no.
AJ Barner.
Michigan.
Okay, that's the other guy I thought you'd get. So that's 4 points there. So you have 5 points total right now. Evan Engram.
Evan Ingram?
Evan Engram. These are literally all the teams. So like Colson Love was the Bears, right? George Kittle was the Niners. Dalton Kincaid was the Bills. AJ Barnes the Seahawks. Evan Ingram, the Broncos.
Um, they got to like Texas Tech.
No, Evan Ingram went to Miss Ole Miss.
I would not have guessed this.
Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz? What?
hmm
Um, I don't know. BYU?
No, Dalton Schultz went to Stanford.
Wait, Stanford? Isn't that
hmm
like a?
What?
I would not have guessed that, bro.
Okay. Where did Colby Parkinson go? The
Kobe.
Rams, the Rams leading tight end receiver.
Why can't I just say Terrence Ferguson? No.
I tried to get him on there. I tried to get him on there, but I had to go by yards, and he was actually Ferguson was actually third in yards.
Kobe Parkinson?
hmm
Um, 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 Alabama. I don't know.
He also went to Stanford. So if you would just guessed the last answer, you would have gotten 7 points right there. And last but not least, we got Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry? Dude, I Hunter Henry. BYU?
Nope, he went to Arkansas. So 5 points from the tight ends, more than I expect you to get. Okay, it gets
Okay.
easier. We get to running backs now, right?
Yeah, okay. Let's go.
Travion Henderson.
Ohio State.
Okay, so that's 6 points right there. Next, we got Kenneth Walker.
Oh, I know. I swear I know. But I should get any hint.
No, I mean these are pretty easy. Like once you get to quarterbacks,
Michigan? Michigan?
final answer Michigan.
Yeah.
Incorrect. You were close.
What team was it?
Michigan State.
Oh, Michigan State? The low, like the green?
hmm
No way.
Christian McCaffrey.
CMC?
hmm
I no. Iowa?
No, he went to one of the schools we mentioned earlier. He went to Stanford.
Wait, what? That it was Stanford actually that good?
Christian McCaffrey went to Stanford. I mean, he was that good. Next,
The
we
heck?
got
Okay.
J.K. Dobbins.
Oh, J.K. Dobbins. Um. Oh, I think I know this one. Ohio State.
He did go to Ohio State, so that's 4 points there. So you got 10 points right now.
Oh, this is like scary. Okay.
DeAndre Swift.
Oh no, no. DeAndre Swift. The um, like I can't even name teams anyway. Georgia.
He did go to Georgia.
Wait, no, you're not. Not. Are you for real?
Yeah, right here. I don't know if you see it.
Oh my God.
So, somehow you pulled that one. So that's five. So you got 15 points now total. Getting choked up already for that big old pull.
What the heck? Bro, I actually didn't know what college to say. I just said Georgia.
Next, you got James Cook,
James Cook. There's no way. I guess it's Texas Tech. I mean Texas Longhorns.
Texas Longhorns. Incorrect. If you would have just said the same school, you would have got it.
Huh? Actually.
Yeah, he went to Georgia as well.
Okay.
Now you got Woody Marks.
What? USC.
Okay, so that's 7 points there.
Okay.
You got 22. And Kyron Williams.
Oh, no, no, he's not a no. Oh, USC. I'm riding with
USC. What were you gonna say?
Notre Dame, right?
He went to Notre Dame.
Bruh,
Okay, so we're at
for
the
real.
midway point, 22 points. I think you're in a good spot because you
Hmm.
still have the quarterbacks coming up.
Okay,
But now you got the receivers first.
okay.
Okay. Easy one to start you off. Where did Jackson Smith and Jigba go?
The Ohio State University.
Okay, 23 points there. Where did Puka Nacua go?
BYU and UW. I think I should get extra point for this.
25 and a half. I'll give you a half point for that in case, I mean, it's not going to do anything. But where did Cortland Sutton go?
Ole Miss.
He went,
Is that
nope.
correct or incorrect?
Mm-mm, no. I have to make sure I was right. Okay. He went to SMU.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Okay.
Where did Nico Collins go?
It's either Alabama or LSU, I think. Ah, shit, I don't want to go Alabama.
No. Nico Collins went to Michigan. Uh,
Yeah, I would have guessed.
where did Stephon Diggs go to college?
Bro, this guy's a um.
This is by catches, by the way. So like each this is the leading receiver in catches. Where did Steph Diggs go to college?
I want to say like Michigan.
No, he went to Maryland. Where did DJ Moore, your
Huh?
Bears leading receiver, go?
DJ Moore.
Hmm.
Bro, nah. I was about to say like Ole Miss. I want to go with like Ole Miss.
DJ Moore did not go to Ole
I
Miss.
don't know.
A little pattern, right? I'll tip you in there. What have I been saying?
What have you been saying?
I've been saying if you just guessed the college they got before, right? What would happen? You would have gotten it right. Do you remember where Steph Diggs went to college?
Yes,
Where
Maryland.
DJ Moore also went to Maryland.
Oh no. I don't think I
Yeah.
should get point 5 for that.
No.
I
Where did
know, cause
I'm just saying, I put that in there on purpose. I've been putting in little tidbits to help you out. Where did Jawan Jennings go to college?
Juwan Jennings.
The
You think
49ers leading receiver. The next one's even harder in case you didn't know.
he was not a I have no idea.
You were
BYU.
right though, what you just said.
What?
He was not a receiver going to college.
He didn't go to college?
No, he did go to college, but he wasn't a receiver in college. Or when he went to this college, he was a quarterback, not a receiver.
I don't know.
Not even with the guess out there.
Alabama?
Nope, Tennessee.
Bro, why can't these people go to Alabama and like, like the powerhouse?
And the next one, this is the one where I actually had to look up too. You know what teams left?
Bro, no.
The Buffalo Bills.
Oh
The
my
Buffalo
God.
Bills leading receiver was Khalil Shakir. So good luck. We're thinking where Khalil Shakir went to college.
Um, Arizona?
Nope, Boise State. So now we're in the final round. You have 25 points, but this is the easiest position. Okay,
Oh.
you ready?
Yeah, okay. Let's go.
Where did Bo Nix go to college?
Oregon?
Okay. Do you want to name the half point, the other school for the half point?
In Wait, if I get this wrong, do I get
No,
a point?
you don't lose
In
points. But
Indiana? Indiana?
no, you're thinking of the other guy.
I don't know.
He went to Auburn. Okay. Where did CJ Stroud go to college?
Ohio State, the Ohio
Okay.
State.
You're at 28 points now. Where did Caleb Williams go to college?
USC.
Okay, you want to name the other school for another half point?
Oh no, no, no. LSU?
No. Wow. If you would have just named one of those two, you would have been able to get another half point for this. He went to Oklahoma.
Dang.
Where did Sam Darnold go to college?
Oh, Ohio State.
Incorrect. Buddy,
Inc
you missing out. What's the pattern been?
Oh, he's USC.
Man, where did Josh Allen go?
The Mustangs.
I don't think it's the Mustangs.
The Brown team.
Okay, it's not the Browns.
Their logo's brown though, right?
It is.
Oh no. I don't I know. I know, but I don't know the name. I think that should count as like
Unfortunate. I mean, I can't give you points if you don't know if you don't name the school.
Texas A&M.
No, he went to Wyoming. So you need
Oh,
these now. You need all three of these to win.
okay.
Where did Drake May go to college?
Tr- oh my God, bro. Drake May? Uh oh. I just realized he was Mitchell Trubisky, right? It's North
Oh,
Carolina?
which one is it?
North?
What's your final answer?
North
North Carolina? What? North what?
Carolina?
UNC?
Yeah, yeah,
That's your final answer?
yeah.
That's correct. 37 points right now. Now, these are the two hard ones. You left a couple points on the board to now you got to get these two. Where did Brock Purdy go to school?
Iowa.
That's your final answer?
No, no, no. Oh yeah, I'll trust my gut, yeah.
Man, we left a word out there. We left a word. What word?
State?
Mm-hmm. Went to Iowa State.
Bro.
Just for fun. Biggest
No, no, no,
unc.
no. No, no, no. I think I should get that.
No, you said Iowa.
I think I should get like half point.
Doesn't matter. You're not getting the rest of this because the oldest guy remaining, the oldest quarterback remaining, the unk of the group, the only one with the Super Bowl. Where did Matty Stafford go to?
Huh? Matthew Stafford?
Hmm.
How on the heck would I know where he went? I don't know. Somewhere like Alabama, Georgia, LSU. Probably go with like either Alabama or Georgia or like this is a good QB school. I should, I don't even know. I've been saying Georgia the whole day. So Georgia.
What's your answer?
Georgia?
That's correct. Matthew Stafford went to Georgia. So if you would have just said Iowa,
Bro.
if you would have just said Iowa State, you would
No,
have
I
had
think
it.
I think I should get half my point.
So if I give you half the point, right? So Brock Purdy's worth 7. If I give you half the points, you get 3.5, right?
Yeah.
You finish with 45 points, meaning that the half the points, 45 and a half, sorry, 45.5 points. So that the 3.5 would end up getting you to 49, which would be
40.
1 point shy, 1 point shy. If only you knew, Bo Nix went to Auburn and Caleb Williams went to Oklahoma.
No, no, no.
And that
No.
Kenneth Walker went to Michigan State.
Bro.
Thank you for playing. We will be doing this. We might play this the non-playoff edition in an upcoming episode. But if you guys,
Bro,
if
this
you
is
like
actually
this,
hard. This is actually hard.
you got close. You got 45 points. Um and you left a couple on the board there, right? Sam Darnold, a 4-pointer right there. Sam Darnold, you could have got, right?
USC.
We could have got Kenneth Walker. If you got those two, that would have put
Same.
you over, right? Every one of them I put back-to-back schools where they went to the same ones. So Dalton Schultz and
Like,
Kobe Parkinson both went to Stanford,
oh,
right?
I couldn't just put, Ferguson, bro.
Because he wasn't the leading receiver on the leading tight end on his team. I gave you Travion. I could have put Ramondre. I don't think you know where Ramondre went to school.
Or on the heck did he goes? Yeah, I don't know.
If you can name it, I'll give you the 5 points you need for the win. You get one guess, no hints.
No hints.
No hints.
Alabama.
No. I'll give you
No.
10 guesses.
10 guesses?
10
Like
guesses.
be for real?
For
Georgia.
real.
Georgia.
No.
Um, U USC.
Nope.
No word of name.
Nope.
What school did I not say yet?
A lot of schools.
Oh,
There's
Ohio State.
nope.
Boise State?
Nope. Four left.
Bro, what? It's not a Colorado.
Nope. Three left.
Florida Gators?
Nope. Two left.
Bro, did I say um I already said LSU, right?
No.
Earlier on.
You want to?
I said Georgia, Alabama. Tex Texas.
Nope. One left.
Auburn?
Nope. Went to Oklahoma.
Bro, that's my next guess.
Thank you so much for playing. Um, thank you guys for so much for listening. And we'll be back next to preview the divisional round. Peace.
Peace.